Raji fakes his death over his report card. Raji sat at the kitchen table, staring at the unopened envelope. His final report card had arrived. And, deep down, he knew it was bad. Mikey sat across from him, munching on cereal. Just open it. Raji shook his head. If I don't open it, then technically, I haven't failed yet. Mikey smirked. That's not how school works. Raji took a deep breath and ripped the envelope open. A massive bold red F was printed on the page. Mikey choked on his cereal. Dude! Oh my gosh! Raji collapsed onto the table. I'm finished. Mikey shook his head. Dad's gonna lose his mind. Raji sweated. I need a plan. Mikey raised an eyebrow. What plan? Raji sat up dramatically. I'll fake my death. Mikey stared. You're joking. Raji nodded. It's the only way to escape. Mikey snorted. This is gonna be so stupid. And just like that, the most ridiculous plan in history was set into motion. The ultimate fake death scheme. Raji wasn't messing around this time. A simple pretend to be dead act wasn't enough, he needed something bigger. Something dramatic. Something that would convince everyone he had truly passed away due to academic suffering. And that's when he got an idea. A hologram. Phase 1, the hologram setup. Raji dug through his closet, pulling out his collection of random electronics, a projector, an old laptop, and some DIY circuitry he had borrowed from the school lab. Mikey walked in, watching his wires tangled around Raji's desk. What are you doing? Raji grinned. I'm making a hologram of myself. Mikey blinked slowly. Why? Raji smirked. To make my fake death believable. Mikey collapsed into laughter. You're actually insane. Raji ignored him, pulling up 3D animation software on his laptop. He started constructing a realistic moving version of himself, complete with ghostly effects and sad expressions. Mikey peered over his shoulder. Why does hologram you look so sad? Raji sighed dramatically. Because it's dead, Mikey. Mikey snorted. This is gonna fail so badly. Phase 2, the final words recording. To truly sell the illusion, Raji needed audio. He grabbed a microphone and pressed record. Then he delivered the speech of his life. Mother. Father. Mikey. If you are hearing this, I am gone. The weight of my failures was too much. My grades destroyed me. I could not bear to face Dad's wrath. Please remember me not as a student with failing grades, but as a warrior who fought against impossible academic odds. I ask only one thing: bury my report card in the backyard. Let it fade into the earth forever. Mikey burst out laughing. Oh my gosh. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Raji held a hand to his chest. It's tragic. Mikey wiped tears from his eyes, tears of laughter. Dad's gonna destroy you. Raji smirked. Not if he thinks I'm already dead. Phase 3, the grand reveal. Nightfall arrived. Raji set up the hologram in the living room, dimming the lights and placing candles around the space for maximum emotional impact. Mikey sighed, standing near the doorway. This is so dumb. Dad walked in, arms crossed, his expression already skeptical. Raji! Dad called. Where is your report card? The moment had come. Raji pressed play. The hologram flickered to life, projecting a ghostly version of Raji into the living room. Then the speech began. Dad's eyes widened slightly as the dramatic monologue played through the speakers. Mom raised an eyebrow. Mikey? Completely lost in laughter. The hologram faded, leaving behind eerie silence. Raji peeked from behind the couch. So, did it work? Dad sighed deeply, rubbing his temples. Then he grabbed Raji's actual report card from the table. You're still grounded, he muttered. Raji collapsed onto the floor. I have failed twice today. Mikey grinned. Legendary failure, though. And just like that, Raji had officially lost. Again. The hologram's comeback attempt. Raji sat in his room, determined to redeem himself. His first hologram attempt had failed miserably, but that was because he hadn't provided proof. This time? He was going all in. Mikey leaned against the doorway, amused. Dude, just accept the grounding. Raji shook his head. No. I need to prove that my death is real. Mikey sighed. You're so bad at quitting. Raji grinned. Exactly. Phase 1, the proof collection. To convince his parents, Raji needed evidence that his death had happened. So, he grabbed. Photoshopped newspaper headlines, local teen tragic death over report card failure. Fake texts, sent from Mikey's phone to himself, reading, I can't believe Raji is gone. A dramatic obituary, Raji was a brave soul, but academic pressure took him too soon. Mikey raised an eyebrow. Dude. This is psychotic. Raji nodded. It's perfect. Phase 2, hologram upgrade. Last time, his hologram had been too basic. So, he added new features. Ghostly effects. More emotional eye movements. A hovering diploma with an A+. Mikey snorted. You really think this will fool them? Raji smirked. This time, it's bulletproof. Phase 3, the grand reveal. Nighttime arrived, and Raji set up his final hologram attempt in the living room. His parents sat on the couch, exhausted by his nonsense. Dad crossed his arms. This better not be another waste of time. Raji pressed play. The hologram flickered to life, floating above the floor. Then the speech began again, but with added proof slides. Mom squinted at the fake newspaper headlines. Dad rubbed his temples. Mikey? Completely dying of laughter in the background. Finally, the hologram delivered its final words. I am gone. But remember me. Bury my report card. Let my failure fade into the earth. Silence. Dad stood up, slowly. He picked up the actual report card and ripped it in half. Raji gasped. Did I win? Dad sighed. You're still grounded. But I never want to see that report card again. Mikey clapped. Victory? Raji smiled. Partial victory. And just like that, his ridiculous plan had at least erased the evidence. Small wins, right?